There we go. Okay, we're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's the first live stream in a long time. I see we've got EK Ecolab. What's good, big dog? First in the chat today. Who else ate their chili dogs early and currently is chili dogless before green flag? I did not have a chili dog. I am having a NOS though. Big NOS guy. Still got the Indy NXT results pulled up here right now. We've got the race on. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Had a very good weekend racing. Make sure y'all get in the chat. We can talk. Blake. Okay, that makes sense. What's up? Ben Scruggs in the building. Shout out to Ben. Hope you all set your GridRival lineups too, by the way, because we only got 2 races left, and whoever wins the IndyCar Fantasy Challenge gets a pretty great prize package over on GridRival. So you still got like 20 minutes to set your lineups if you haven't done it yet. So is there no way you can stream the race live? Yes, there is a way you can stream the race live, and I'm going to tell you, all you got to do is go to foxsports.com and click on the race. You'll be able to watch it. You get a preview pass for like an hour. So that is one way that I like to tell everybody in the chat, and I'll just keep it here for you guys in the chat. You go over to foxsports.com, click on watch live, or if you have a TV provider, you can sign in. But even if you don't, you still get a preview pass, and however you decide or whatever you decide to do after that hour is over when closing out a tab, if you did decide to reopen it, it may be there again. So food for thought. We miss NOS Energy. Why do you miss NOS Energy? Why don't you just go to the gas station and get some, dog? It's here. I'm about to have me one. I like the NOS Zero. I'm a big NOS Zero guy. But, yeah, William, hello. Scotty, what is good? I'm catching up on the chat here. And you guys, it's up to y'all to let me know how the volumes are. I want to keep the sound of the race on at least. We're going to keep it kind of low when the race goes. I'll just be kind of like walking through it, talking with you guys through the race. Let's see. Free 7-day trial lines up perfectly with both races on Fox 1 right now. There you go. So there you go. See, don't we love streaming? And that's the thing is I've been doing so you get a free 7-day trial, which is pretty incredible. Shout out to Fox. And that's only going to get better throughout the rest of the season. I didn't get to watch the Indy NXT race, unfortunately. Did see the Diablo one, which was cool. Hogger clinched championship, which is great. Hope we get a lot more coverage of that next year because we really need to be putting emphasis and light on these young studs and chicks that are racing. So, I mean, can a chick be a stud? It's 2025. I say, yeah, why not? The Deekster, hopefully the Deekster can get it together. She can get some good oval finishes going in. It's her first year. Known Haley for a while, coming over from the NASCAR place. Really want to see her shine. Love any time a NASCAR person comes over to IndyCar. That's pretty great. Having some fun. Let's see. The real question is which stream or TV will need adjusted to sync? I don't really know. I don't really know what you mean by that. Like, I guess like sound quality? There may be some gap with that. So, if anything, it's the internet. There are those issues. You got to deal with that sometimes. So I might be a little behind, might be a little ahead. Don't really know. Harvey interviewing Connor on the grid walk. I see him interviewing Newgarden right now. So we do have a little bit of difference there, I guess. I guess it's just the difference between streaming on the internet, watching on television. I don't really know. But what I do know is I'm here. We're here today. We're going to have a good time. And I just want to say thanks so much for everybody that did pop in here and wanted to be a part of the ride today. But other than that, looking up in the chat right now, free 7-day trials to Fox. You can go to foxsports.com like I've done for a very long time. Watch it on Preview Pass. watch it on television. The best way to do it is going to be to do it in a trackable manner. We want high ratings. I want to see 1 million. I want 1 million plus for this race. We have nothing holding us back. There is nothing in the way. And I want to see 1 million views for this race. We've hit 1 million twice or 3 times this year, I believe. We hit over 1 million for Indy 500. That's a given. We hit over 1 million at Detroit. We hit over 1 million at St. Pete. We hit over 1 million. We got over 1 million on the Worldwide Technology Raceway. So we've hit over 1 million 4 times this season. Let's make it 5. Let's make it 6. That's the way I'm looking. I mean, I'm happy for the 700K. We're definitely on the up and up. TV is the best option to look good for Fox. Milwaukee's sold out. I think I need those ratings now. Yeah, exactly. And I did see they sold out general admission, which is sick. All right, we got the rollover now. We're all set, getting ready for the race. You see all the NTT INDYCAR Series guys. Their names are popping up here. We'll talk a little bit about this race too. But, yeah, general admission sold out, which is huge. I think they still had some grandstand stuff that they were looking for, trying to get figured out. So, I mean, you can't complain with that, right? And I never saw the Milwaukee Mile and how it was set up. It is so badass, the way that they have it. It's like a little village around a racetrack. You don't get that a lot. You really don't get that a lot at a lot of racetracks. Usually it's a lot of pop-ups, a lot of tents, a lot of trailers and trucks. It's great. Regular Aaron, what's up? Welcome aboard. We got Stymie Snerdley. I'm late, but I'm here. Connor, always a professional on camera. Really hope he gets that big W in Wisconsin. Me and you both. I think that we all know that if there's one race Connor can do well at, it's here. He does well at Indianapolis. He does well in all ovals, honestly. It's getting this strategy right to play out. They got some great notes, some great data that they're bringing over from last year. I mean, look, it's all on the big dog. It's all on the big dog. He knows what he's got to do. You just got to see him get out there and get it done. Headspace is always great. He's had this one circling on his calendar all year long. I don't see this going bad at all unless there are just unforeseen circumstances that we're not going to talk about because we're not even going to entertain it. We're not even going to entertain that today. We're ready for the podium. I want him to win because all I've wanted to do is have a Speed Street episode where we just get like 7 drivers to all just come on there, just multi-box out the thing, and everyone ask one question. I want to do that so bad, and I've talked to them about wanting to set that up. So if we can get him on to win this race, I'm going to do everything in my power to get at least 5+ drivers to come on and ask a question. That's the way I want to do the show. I mean, Connor will be. I don't think Connor's going to care at that point. He's probably still going to be celebrating. So. Yeah, it will be fun. The show's going to be great no matter what. But yeah, good vibes only for sure, Blake. Good vibes only. Connor on the grid next to Asmussen, as we say. You mean Rasmussen, Ben. We did the GridRival preview show the other day. And Ben was talking about, gave the nickname Asmussen. I kind of like the Psycho nickname better. People came back to me and they were like, didn't you call him a psycho on Speed Street? I was like, dude, people were calling him psycho before that. I was like, I couldn't believe that people weren't paying attention enough because people give me shit all the time about not paying attention to IndyCar. And I'm like, dude, there's been like 4 drivers just like passively call Christian Rasmussen a psycho this year. And so, of course, when I get the opportunity to ask Christian Rasmussen a question, the first thing I'm going to ask him is what he feels like for being called a psycho. I felt like that was a pretty valid question, you know? So, I don't know. It's IndyCar has been so exciting this year, and this is really like my second year really like ingrained and getting into the culture and kind of bringing my own twist to it, kind of bringing my own vibe to it. You know, that's the beauty of all these new fans coming in. There's all these new perspectives that are coming in. Because IndyCars have been a very tight-knit community for a very long time, and you want to respect that. You want to respect some of the traditions there too. But I want to bring some of my own spunk in. I want to bring some of my own fun in, and every fan gets to do that. So it's awesome to see who people end up rooting for and why they root for them. So I hope there are a million Rasmussen fans. I hope there are a million Connor fans. I hope there are millions of Alex Palou fans. I hope that every driver gets a big fan base. That's what I want to see. I want to see every driver represented at racetracks, whether you love them or hate them, just like we do at NASCAR tracks. When you go to a NASCAR track, you have like these little hive communities. You see all the Blaney fans, the Hamlin fans, the Byron fans. We need that so bad. And yeah, like, what do we got here? Says they will be showing Connor's wreck in promos until the end of time. I mean, he blasted a tire barrier. I mean, it's an action shot. That's action B-roll, as we say in the production film world. So, till IndyCar has been spicy, it just needs Palou to stop going insane every race. I will stand on business by saying Alex Palou is a great, dominant driver. They got an OpenAI partnership, and I will not stop shouting what that technology is capable of, because I'm telling you, they're using it. They're using it in ways that people can't even fathom because it doesn't make sense. It's crazy. Love CD, but you guys talk about needing more driver beef in IndyCar, but this week when he had some beef with Ross, he said he didn't want to talk about it. I can't control Connor. I'm not a puppeteer of Connor. Connor is Connor. I'm gonna say what I say. If you follow me on X, you know I'm kind of loose lips, and I put it in my bio. I put it in my post. Like, this is just who Chase Holden is. Like, I say off the wall shit from time to time, but I like to just kind of call it like I see it. I like to have fun. Not everything I say is serious. You will learn in time, the more that you hang around me, when I'm serious and when I'm not. And it's a lot of facial expression. So, but at the same time, I totally get your point. It's totally valid too. And look, really big moves are being made right now. And what I try to just talk to people about is, like, IndyCar is in a growth period. We are going through growing pains. We're going through growing change. People are kind of shedding some old thoughts. People are shedding some old ways of thinking. And so that transition just takes time. Like, I kind of came in here and people looked at me like, this kid's fucking nuts. Like, but I like to have a good time. And I have a pretty good feeling that I know how to have a good time in a way that other people enjoy. So, like I said, it's just growing pains. I don't think it's going to be this way forever. I'm a father of a 10-year-old child, so I know patience, and I try to preach patience as much as I can to all the fans out there. Like, look, we're going into year 2 of a Fox deal next year, year 3 of me being ingrained in this thing. When I come into anything and I put my hands on it, I don't care how you view me or how you view what I do or how I do it. My mindset is, if I'm going to attach myself onto something, I want to see it explode in the best way possible. I want to do it as big as it can possibly be done. I'm a maniac like that. And I'm delusional enough to believe in myself to see it through. So I promise you, you're not in the worst hands when it comes to that, because if I'm going to attach my entire life to something and a goal that I want to achieve, I will chip away until I achieve my goals, even if they're out of my control. And that's kind of crazy, but that's who I am as a person, and I feel good talking about that, and that's just the way that I roll. So I'm not a Palou fan, but damn, his dominance is amazing at a time where Dixon is still in the series and a top competitor too. I thought the Iceman was generational talent, and Alex has me stunned. Yeah, it's just how much longer can this happen, right? Like, I don't think we're ever going to see a more dominant year than we have from Alex Palou, but I could be wrong. He might come back out next year and do it all over again, and now we're just like, holy shit, how many years of this do we have? So engines are getting fired off. Let's keep the chat rolling. Share this link to somebody. Let's get this thing packed out, because we're on a mission, and the mission is to take IndyCar to the moon. We're definitely past the stratosphere. We're up in the space territory. We just got to keep going. So after listening to Will Power, I still don't know if he's coming back or not. Yeah, Will's been really fun in interviews lately. If you listen to the Speed Street interview that we did with him, it was really good. And then he also did one with Speed Freaks recently, which was really good as well. Love Crash and them and what they do over there, so go check that one out. Palou might dominate until we get a new car. He definitely could. They've got it figured out, man. They've got it dialed in, and with him winning races now, it's nuts. But as Blake said, let's fucking go, boys. I was gonna run through the championship format, but I don't think we need to do that. I had a pretty little screen here made out, but I think we've had some really good conversation, and I want to keep this conversation going here in the chat. Love you guys getting involved. Missed one from Ed. What's up, Ed? I wish Joe New would lean into the heel and play it up. The thing that I've realized, I was in the same boat with that, and I think I've realized now, like, he is him, and if anything I've seen, it's almost like he does have a really soft spot. He wears his heart on his sleeve when he's not doing good. Like, you can just see that seriousness that comes in. So, crazy. iRacing scanned this back in 1933. Love. What's up? But, yeah, we got it going. We're talking about Colton Herta right now. And, again, I got the sound kind of up a little bit. Let me know if you guys can hear that coming through. And if not, then we're going to have to work on it.
Jack, this is as close as it gets to a hometown race for Chicago's David Malukas. The 23-year-old is starting second today. He has finished second multiple times, but today could be the day, not only for him, but it will be the first for AJ Foyt Racing.
There we go. Now we got a little bit of sound coming through. I did not know Milwaukee has been operating since 1903. Yeah, oldest short track in America, I believe. I mean, it's older than some of the most. It's older than Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I know that. All right, Stymie. All right, let's go ahead. Race audio is pretty faint. I'm going to turn it up a little bit and see. How is that? You guys let me know in the chat how that sound is. I don't want it to be too overpowering, and I don't want me to be too overpowering. If you guys are kind of listening to this, I want a good balance. But, yeah, we're getting it kicked off now. Connor, Pato, and Malukas for podium in that order, says Stymie. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. My podium picks this week, I had Connor, I had Ferrucci, and I had Power. So those are my three. Let me know who you guys are looking at, and we'll get it going. But I'm excited. The guys are lined up. It looks beautiful at this track. We only get one shot at it. No doubleheader this year. Oy. Oy. Welcome. You about to watch a race with your boy Chase. There we go. Palou's already out front now. Malukas behind him. Little bit of movement. All right, we have already got some wide running. Connor's already up on the high line. Malukas already challenging for Alex Palou. Palou still holding the lead on the bottom line. Getting a little bit of separation away from Malukas now. Connor wins and I don't make a bet. I'm going to be spicy. Oh, we've got a wreck. We've already got a crash. Siegel. Nolan Siegel already completely squashed. Bug wrapped around the wall. Safety team checking out, watching the replay on it now. He was running the bottom line. Oh, he just lost it. Completely just lost it. Almost took a car out. Not sure who that was on the top. But, yeah, Ben says spin. That's correct. We did definitely a spin. Kind of a spin doctor. Two Princes. Great song. 1, 2, Prince is here before you. Pow. Just hit the wall. That's what he said now. Ben, I don't think any of us took Siegel, so I think we're okay. 4 wheels on the black won't work. A bit too low, like Indy. Yeah, just kind of a low line rider. Likes to ride low, kind of a low rider. I could see Nolan Siegel like in an El Camino. You know, kind of a low rider. Hit his elbow on the door. Getting in the AMR SUV. Power and Papaya. Nolan not helping his case. Power Papaya? I don't think so. I think they've already said that Nolan's pretty stable. Nolan is going to definitely be staying at McLaren. From some of the interviews I've seen with Zach Brown, everyone talking about that, I don't think he is in any danger of losing that spot. So, yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about power, I mean, let's be honest. Everyone is saying Andretti from what I've read. I don't hate it, but I mean, at the same time, I'm like, is Ericsson leaving? Because that's the only realistic thing that I see now. I don't think they're going to they're definitely not getting rid of Herta. They're not going to get rid of Kirkwood. So Ericsson would be the only one that could get booted from the seat because he just has not performed this year. It's been kind of sad to see, but I mean, it's something is definitely off there with Marcus Ericsson. Zach Brown already confirmed Nolan for next year. Yes, definitely. And yeah, the Marcus one is for sure. When has McLaren ever let an existing contract get in the way of signing someone? It was 1 year. It was like 1 year where they went through everybody. It just happened to be last year. I don't know if that's a sustainable thing throughout time. Nolan could get bought out. Nothing is set in stone in motorsports. That is true. Ben makes a great point. Nothing is set in stone. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some more Daily Downford links. The Daily Downford, they fooled a lot of IndyCar fans. So if some of you are watching this were fooled by that tweet, you need to understand the Daily Downfords is a meme account that just spreads fake news in NASCAR. And earlier in the season, I was like, we need to get some IndyCar stuff going, you know, because I want more people to talk about IndyCar. And they did, and everyone thought it was real. Everyone thought it was real. Everyone thought that Dennis Hogger is going to be going out on loan to Juncos, and then that stirred a lot of stuff up with Connor and everything else. So that was a kind of a, you know, I for me it was like whatever. Like I know it's a joke, but for a lot of people, they thought it was real. Like some guy like really quoted it. So don't be fooled. We talked about that on Speed Street. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. AI is real and it can trick you, and people can just trick you in general. Yes, William, I love it too. I think it's great. It's funny you say that, Scotty, since Cadillac is coming to F1. Yeah, Cadillac is, but they've already confirmed their drivers from what I've seen, Checo and Valtteri Bottas, which is my favorite F1 driver. Not because of any driving talent whatsoever, just the man that he is. Great guy. Shout out to Valtteri Bottas. Love that dude. So we're back. We got Connor on the main screen. 4 places has already been made up from Connor, which is exciting shit. I want to get to Owen Me Money. What's your IndyCar dream 3-seat team? I mean, Owen, I got to ask you, I mean, is this NASCAR drivers included or just the IndyCar drivers that we have now? Because, I mean, I've got options, so you got to let me know. Someone speculated her to F2. That would be a downgrade, in my opinion. But, hey, that's just my opinion. F1 doesn't like American motorsports experience anyway. Yeah, they don't care, and we don't care about them. You shouldn't. IndyCar is all that matters with open wheels. Whoever I want to include, okay. I would say I would love to see, for one, got to have Scott Dixon in there. Scott Dixon is a legend, the Iceman. Love that dude to death. Learned so much about the sport from Scott, and just watching him and watching a ton of old stuff of his legacy. He's a great head to have in any seat. If I had to go with a second driver, you got to go with Alex Palou, right? Got to have Palou in there. He's the other dominant guy that's coming up. And then you want to have and I want to get out of the box a little bit. I want to go. I would say getting somebody over that maybe doesn't have a lot of experience, but I think could bring a lot of fun to IndyCar. Kyle Busch. I would love to see Kyle Busch get in a team and just hop over here like Jimmy Johnson did and try it out for a season or so. I think that would be pretty cool. There's so many other guys, though, that I would look at. We already got another caution out? For what? Literally just went green and we got another caution. Oh, and I hope that does help. I mean, dude, I kind of want to make like 4 3 stacks because there's so many drivers. Like, only narrowing it down to 3 is hard, man. It is really hard. Paul Tracy can fit in the cars again. Okay, if Paul Tracy can fit in the cars again, then I think we're like, yeah, you got to have Paul. I would probably want Paul in the box, though. I would want Paul Tracy to kind of be like your crew chief. That's who I would hire for crew chief. If I had an IndyCar team, like, let's frame it like that. If I had an IndyCar team, I want Paul Tracy as the crew chief. And then we're going to figure this out throughout the rest of this live stream. But I want Paul Tracy as a crew chief. That's what I want. Rahal got sideways. Okay. They are fast. He did say they were fast. Graham did, like, I'm not going to lie. How did you guys enjoy that interview with Graham Rahal? Like, I had internet issues that day, and I was waiting on my technician to come out and fix them, so I didn't get to do the interview with them. And I'm glad I didn't, because it turned out to be one of the most amazing interviews with just Connor and Graham talking. Couldn't have been better. I thought everything Graham had to say. I learned a lot about Graham that day. I learned a lot about Graham and what he's about. I think it was awesome. Rahal was dirt tracking it in the middle of 3 wide. That's some of the best driving I've seen him do. It's almost like he's like after watching his interview and kind of learning a little bit about his demeanor and who he is, it's like I have this new respect for Graham Rahal, and I want to see him do really good. Great interview. I love to hear that, man. Love to hear that. Yep, Scotty, thank you. Yeah, we're always just trying to make Speed Street better. We still got a lot of work we can do and put into this thing, and hopefully next year we can get a little bit more going to where we can get the tracks, do a little bit more social media work. I want to kind of come up with some video series and stuff for Speed Street. I want to get out there with the fans a little bit more, get out there with some drivers and have some fun with it. Nolan been crying. Sad day, bad day, dude. It's a sad day, bad day for Nolan, man. Tough times. Tough times out here. Just kind of like looking back through the chat here, make sure I didn't miss anybody. I think I've covered everybody. You guys are fucking rolling it in today. Thank y'all so much. Keep sharing. Keep the chat alive. I love it. William says, as a Gordon fan, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Tony Stewart probably has a spot in that 3-car lineup if we're talking past or present. Yeah, if we're going past or present, that's a whole different vibe. But, like, if we're going for, like, right now, you know. I don't know. You know what would be cool? To have a video game where you could play around with stuff like that. NASCAR just got a video game. I want an IndyCar video game. I've been seeing the Forza stuff. I want an IndyCar career mode. I want to do IndyCar crew chief. That's what I want. I just want a crew chief, man. Driving's cool and all. I just want a crew chief. I want to wear the headset, dude, and I just want to talk to him. Like, hey, here's a strategy. I want to map strategies. That's what I want to do. I just want to map out strategies. I love it. Wish IndyCar would have a race in the NE. Well, I'll tell you what, if NASCAR can make this option tire work pretty well, the one that they ran at Richmond, they draw some stuff up. I would love to see IndyCar go to Loudon. That would be badass. We need more East Coast. I want more East Coast. Crew Chief Rasmussen. This is Crew Chief Rasmussen. Just hit his wheels. Just drive. You can win. That's what he would say. Just hit him. Just hit him. Just get in front of him. I think that would be his strategy. Malukas has taken the lead away from Alex Palou now, and he is driving away. Connor Daly in 4th. Scott McLaughlin in 3rd. I want to race at St. Pete and Long Beach in a game. God, dude, I want Laguna Seca, dude. I want to rip corkscrew. So bad, Scotty. Just to make sure not to restart in the rain again at Loudon. Yeah. We need to study how he lost Zilich to NASCAR so it doesn't happen again. Hey, Trackhouse, dude, Justin Marks knows. Justin Marks, he hangs out on tops of mountains with shamans. Goes like on ayahuasca retreats, dude. You got to be getting in tune with your spirit. People just got to get in tune with their spirit, dude. I feel like he probably had a vision quest and he saw Connor in a dream. He saw Connor Zilich in a dream and he was just, I got to get that kid. I think that's what happened. What do we think of NASCAR trucks racing with Indy? I think it's fucking incredible, and I hope we get some IndyCar drivers that get in the seat. I know we were already talking to Scotty Mack about it. I text Scott, I'm like, dude, you better get in a truck. And then Connor tweeted at him. So, yeah, I think Scott would be the best to see because, like, you got SVG over in NASCAR right now. Scott lives here in North Carolina. I want to meet SVG. I gotta call Scott when I get over here one day because I would love to see them guys do. I would love to see SVG do the double. Like, I think that would be sick. At some point, he's gonna have to try to get an IndyCar, and I want to see Scott try out in NASCAR. I want to see Scott do the double with Pinsky. I think that would be fire. So anytime I can get IndyCar, NASCAR crossovers with drivers, I want it. I want all of it, and that's good for the fan base too because I know a lot of IndyCar fans hate NASCAR or don't like it or they look down upon it. But you got to look at we're in North America. I'm not so concerned about the world. I'm concerned about where we're at. And when you're in North America, everyone knows NASCAR. Let IndyCar be the F1 of North America, which is what it should be. And honestly, with IndyCar, you have street, road, and ovals. To me, that's like an Olympic version of racing. And it's a like spec car, you know, where it's a little bit more driver focused. How do you find out who the best driver is? Get in an Indy car. Simple. So, yeah, I want to see more of that. And so with St. Pete, I think that we have a real opportunity to get at least one of the guys from the IndyCar field into a truck. And let's see. Kind of catching up on here. Laguna is in Forza. Love that. History repeating itself. The loss, Gordon, all those years when someone stood him up for a meeting. St. Pete reminds me of when you'd see trucks in IndyCar at Texas. Yeah. There you go. They had to find a way to bring it back somehow. It's weird. I notice more NASCAR fans like IndyCar, but a lot of IndyCar fans don't like NASCAR. Yeah, that's 100% the truth. I can't tell you how many times I go to races and people look at me and like, we gotta get you to stop watching NASCAR. And I'm like, why? Like, what? Excuse me? It's like they can exist. Both can exist, and you need to embrace it because when I used to go to Indianapolis, back when I was doing Garage Guys, we went to the Indy 500 for one of the tours that I was on. It was my first Indy 500 in 2021. I was wearing, like, Tony Stewart jackets, had NASCAR clothes on. I had never watched an IndyCar race in my life. And the looks that I got from IndyCar fans in Speedway, like, it made me feel so unwelcomed that I was like, am I supposed to be here? Like, I feel like people don't want me here. And to me, I'm the kind of person where, like, if I feel like you don't want me here, I'm just going to get louder. So it's like, I'm here, you know? So I think a lot of NASCAR fans feel that way. And I've talked to a good bit of my buddies, and they're watching it on TV. They're like, honestly, they tell me all the time, like, dude, this reminds me of, like, old Winston Cup racing when they're on ovals because it's a real point system. It's a real racing product. You know, you still got dudes in the pit boxes ripping cigs. I mean, this is America, dude. Like, this is badass racing. And that's not to say, and I think more and more people are coming around to the fact that, you know, hey, the road courses aren't so bad, the street course racing isn't so bad, because people are starting to understand the strategy element of it more. So it's just kind of like people growing in their racing knowledge too. Like, you know, if you're like me, you grew up as a kid, like I went to Talladega every year. My dad's a redneck. My mom is just, you know, small town girl, whatever. So I was thrown into this culture of you go to Talladega, the cars are just ripping around the track. There's a big wreck that's going to come. Everyone's drinking beer. Yeah! That's what I came up in. And so over time, like for years as my childhood, I just thought that's what racing was. And then I got older and I started understanding like all that goes into it and the elements of it. And so like a part of me still loves that rowdy kind of like culture with racing. Like, yeah, we're here for a show. Yeah. But then there's that other part of my brain that's like the curious part and the part of me that just nerds out on shit that loves like what goes in on the backside of racing. Like, how are these guys prepping for the week? What are they doing on the track? How are they watching everything in motion, poetry in motion in real time? So, like, I know that most people don't think that deep about it in the NASCAR world that I've found. And in the IndyCar world, it's nothing but a lot of deep thinking like that. So, it's just it's a weird line to toe, but at the same time, it can be done. And you just got to find ways to, like, have fun with it. So, I just think that, like, IndyCar fans maybe not being so serious all the time would help, because there's like a lot of serious. It's serious. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, just have some fun. You know, like get a little more laid back. And that's not every IndyCar fan, but definitely have ran into some of the more of the tighter IndyCar fans since I've been around the sport. Ben says if Willie P goes to Andretti, they can get him in a Spire truck. Very true. I mean, shit. I wouldn't mind seeing Colton Herta try to rip trucks. I think he would be fun with it. Kirkwood might do it. I don't know. I think if anybody, Kirkwood would do it because he is from Florida. Like, that could be a thing, you know, because you're in Florida for St. Pete. Kirkwood's a Florida guy. Florida man does the double. That makes sense to me. Well, I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Can we see Kirkwood potentially in a NASCAR truck? Nash trucks. Kirkwood Nash trucks. I know Santino will. Santino definitely would. Santino's done NASCAR races. Grew up in central Indiana, and it was open wheel racing. Daytona 500 was the one race, probably like the Indy 500 is to Alabama. Yeah. So, see, it's just all a geological thing. It's, like, all about where we grew up and what we had. Like, my dad never watched IndyCar. I'm from Louisiana, from the South. It was just NASCAR. That's it. So, it's all it's understanding that we're in a time now where the internet's taken over. People are exposed to a lot more than they ever have been. So, it's just the culture shift. Culture shift, whatever you want to call it. But the beauty of it is that IndyCar is primed right now to really like take on NASCAR in a way. I feel like in America, because the world sees F1 as this premier thing. Our car's an IndyCar. I can't tell you how many casual fans that think IndyCar is F1. So you already got the visual aspect of it, the visual appeal. I mean, I think we're in a really good spot to call in NASCAR fans and to call in the F1 fans that are just casuals that maybe haven't latched on to anything. And it doesn't just have to be a Midwest thing anymore. Like, spread that shit out. That's the way I look at it. I think more East Coast races would do so well. Arrow is got Lil Dave stuck. Yeah. Yeah. Watching it now, I mean, Dave Malukas, dude, just ripping. Honestly, like, crazy to see that at this track, because I think a lot of us probably thought Ferrucci would be the guy for Foyt that would be ripping ovals this year, but man, they have just had a really good program on that 4-car. Miller Lite car getting, you gotta get the Miller Lite car. That is the sexiest car of the year. I don't care who's driving it. I don't care how fast it is. From a strictly visual viewpoint, sexiest car of the year. I want more brands like that on these cars all year long. You get that, because I'm telling you, brand appeal is everything. You get brand appeal on these cars, you get bigger companies coming in, you're going to start seeing ratings go up, more memorable cars, memorable teams, get somebody in on the long haul. It's all we need. Palou now going in, taking the lead away from Malukas. Alex Palou back leading the race. Scott McLaughlin in third. Daly fourth. Pato in fifth. And Will Power sixth. VK holding in eighth. Kirkwood seventh. Newgarden ninth. And Alexander Rossi rounds out your top 10. Make beer great again. More beer sponsors. Yeah. Somebody made the comment the other day. They were like, not just beer sponsors. They were like, get them weed sponsors. Get them cannabis sponsors. They had some of them cannabis companies that were in NASCAR. I can't tell you, like, going to some of the races when you had the 3-Chi car with Kyle Busch. Everybody was just the vape clouds everywhere. They're just, I don't want any beer, man. I'm good. Like, going slow at the race. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Wish we would have put the High Life car in the 500 field. Yeah, it would have been nice to see, man. It just didn't work out. I like this car more than the High Life car. I think the High Life car is a great traditional thing, you know, like looking back at the traditions of IndyCar and the High Life car, Bobby Rahal, all that. But I'll say that this car that they're running today, it's like got that old Rusty Wallace vibes to it, man. God, it's just nice. I like that. Will Power moving up to fifth. Let's look at some telemetries. Let's look at some timing. See, we got Alex Palou. 6, okay. 6th off. And then 2 seconds back for McLaughlin. 3 seconds back for Daly. So we got some separation going on. Want to try to see who some of our bigger movers are. Who are some of these big movers that we've had in this race so far? Okay. All right. I don't know. Where's Lundgaard? I need to look at the starting lineup. Try to figure this out. Look at the starting lineup. See everybody started. See who some of our big movers are. I should have a little tool for this. I thought we were going to get some, like, actual, like, cars right here. I thought we were going to have, like, some little cool little beads and stuff on the track, but I guess not. I don't know. Let's see what we've got. Started second. Scott McLaughlin started fourth and is up to third. Connor Daly 8th to 4th. It's a good move. 11th, Renus VK up to 8th. Rossi starting 12th up to 10th. And Christian Lundgaard starting 17th up to 12th. Colton Herta 24th to 13th. There's your big mover right there. Yeah, William said it right there as we looked at it. Ferrucci starting 21st up to 16th. Yeah. So Colton Herta, big move. Looking good for the GridRival lineups. William, did you have Herta, William? Ben? I know that I think Ryan had Herta. If y'all watched the GridRival live show that we did earlier in the year. Rossi to the pits. And now Palou is just going, dude. What kind of data do they have? Got to pop us in to win. Got to stim out, you know. Got to stimulate my senses. Pit stops incoming. Here we go. Rossi going in. Yeah, so you guys are a little bit more ahead of me, I guess. I can get a nice little refresh going here shortly. But, yeah, wow. Colton Herta, man. Big moves. Big moves. And how about Renus? What are we thinking about Dale Coyne racing in 2025 with Renus VK? I feel like the dude has, like, turned the program around in a weird way. Like, it's like they've, like, instead of scratching the surface, they've kind of, like, poked through the saran wrap. You know what I mean? Their heads are kind of there, like, hello. That's what it's like for me. Fox may actually catch green flag stops. Let me get another tab opened here. Packed grandstands. Got a lot of noise. watching? Actually, no Herta for. Yeah, I didn't have any Herta either. VK and Michael Cannon. Yeah, they're killing it. They really are killing it. Glocklin, Ferrucci, Rossi, Malukas, Daly, Newgardens. That's our big. That's your lineup. Okay. Yeah, my lineup. I did the. I always just try to like stick with the $1 million lineups that I give out to the public. I feel like that's only fair. So I'm not going to tell people to play somebody that I wouldn't be playing myself. So yeah, I had a lot of money though in my other lineup, so it worked out a little bit differently. But on a week-to-week basis, got to do things a little bit differently. How would some of y'all feel in the chat about making IndyCar fantasy or NASCAR fantasy more like fantasy football, where you can go head-to-head with your friends on a week-to-week basis? I think that is something that is so, like, I am thirsty for that kind of a game in racing. And it's not really reinventing the wheel. The GridRival game that we have right now is fantastic. Adding the element of just being able to go head-to-head with your friends on GridRival would be fun. Needs a teammate like Power to elevate him. I mean, do we really see – oh, Scotty Mack almost got bumped on pit road. Yeah, I know NASCAR – but mainly, like the only fantasy game I want to play is GridRival because it just requires you to actually, like, think hard about it. Like, and once you learn how to play that game, it's like I almost feel more plugged in to racing than I ever have playing on GridRival. The way that the point system's set up, the way you do contracts, I think is awesome. So finding ways to, like, work with that, I think would be great. Started week 8 of your NASCAR league, and I'm up to 112. Keep going, Ed. I'm in 22nd. I'm trying to win my own damn league. It's hard. It's so hard. I think we did okay last night. Let's see where Connor cycles out. Love that. Yeah, thinking down the road is a huge part of the game. You have to. And I think that is an element that has been missed that we haven't had since pre-COVID, man. Like, and maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know. But, like, there's nothing like the camaraderie that fantasy football can bring you and your friends. And I know that can exist with racing. All right. So, not really looking at movers right now too much since we're all cycling out. Palou out in front. Let's see what happens. P4 and open wheel thrills. Let's go. I know I shit the bed in that league this year bad. I wish I had a little more time to, like, market that league and put it together. It was just so fast that we had to get it going. But I'm thankful for everybody that is playing in that league with me. We're having some fun. I'm doing my best to hold on. I am not doing great in my own league. I'm really, really happy to see McLaughlin doing what he's doing, though, man. Scotty Mack needed this. Scotty Mack needed it so bad. I want to see him just be able to finish a race, have a good race. All right, so we've got Pato coming into pit now. I don't know. That's a good question, William. I know you want it. William is a big Rossi fan, by the way, chat. Rossi, Power, and Pato got around CD. It's okay. If we know one guy that can make up the spots, it's there. I'm just ready to see how this high line plays in. A lot of separation for this one. It's not as bunched together as I thought it would be. Man, it's just this racing on ovals just does something to me. I get locked in like no other. Here we go. Dude, Lil D, man. What are we feeling about Little D? I mean, they've already moved a Pinsky sponsor to him over there at AJ Foyt. Does he just chill at AJ Foyt at this point? Or do we really think he is going to take over the 12 next year? Because I feel like there's a world where he might not. Undercut was the move. So, yeah, they're just going off their data that they have. So Buxton's talking about the strategy right now. All right, now the track seems to be setting in a little bit. We're seeing some of these guys get a little bit more loose, closer to the wall. This is where the race is going to really start heating up. I miss the days when there wasn't so much data. Yeah, but that's it. I think that's the beauty of, like, where we're headed, though, because, like, with anything – from what I've learned working with, like, AI and stuff, like, with anything that you have come in that's, like, new technology or whatever that changes things, new challenges arise, right? So it's just like a new way that you have to hurdle things. So I think now with the rise of AI, teams are going to be able to see things much easier, and it's going to really tighten things up. So you're going to have to get creative in new ways. And that's what I'm excited about is we don't quite know what the new way a team will get creative is yet or how it will impact racing, but it's going to happen. And it's going to happen across the board, not just in IndyCar, but in NASCAR and in every other form of racing too. Because AI on the competition side is going to be a factor. And if anything, we see it a lot right now with Chip Ganassi and that partnership they have. They've been very hush-hush about how all that works. And I'm fortunate enough to know a little bit more about how these things work. So, I mean, you can start to expect to see teams, they're going to be looking at these labs and they're going to be trying to get people to come over and come in, play with that data and figure out ways to get creative. So that's what I'm really excited about with the future. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of teams look into getting their own AI teams with inside of the teams. They're going to have a team of prompt engineers or a team of people that are doing that data exploration, where it doesn't have to take the engineer away from their day-to-day job. And I do think that in the short term, that's what we're going to see until we can get some automation. But because of how fast things change in racing, I don't ever think we're going to see full-blown automation. And if you do see full-blown automation in racing, it takes the soul out of racing. And, like, what's the point, you know? There's marbles now as well. That third lane is sketchy or worse. Yes. Yes. We love marbles. Give me marbles, baby. I want all the marbles. The harder the car is to drive, the better the racing is for me, and that's the way that I see it. So, yeah, the transition of data. I don't know, regular Aaron, you let me know what you think about that. I always just try to be as informative as possible. I just personally, I know that we're in a world where a lot of people don't understand the data and the tech side of things, and it's something that I'm just passionate about and I geek out over. But I always want to try to find ways to innovate, because IndyCar, at the end of the day, in my mind, this is the future of racing. The cars look futuristic already in my mind. I know that may not be the way that everyone else perceives it, but to me, it's a futuristic-looking racing series, and it has the potential to lead racing, and I mean F1 and NASCAR, in innovation through technology right now. And I feel like if we got the right people in the building, which I think we do, that are smart, they're going to see that there is a very small window where opportunity exists to really lead the world in racing innovation. And I think that's going to attract new manufacturers, new fans, just all sorts of eyeballs from all over. That is what I'm banking on for IndyCar and how it will progress going into, the next 5 years, especially into 2030. I think by 2030 we see a complete shift. They're going to find a way to make this stuff more exciting, more safer, and just more badass. Got a nice Panera Bread commercial on right now. You love your Basily Panera Breads as we're trying to listen to a race, but we can't because we got to listen to Panera Bread. And don't miss the season premiere of Doc. And now we return. I love the bar that we have now, too. Just as a graphic junkie. I love digital graphics. Who doesn't love a good digital graphic in the afternoon, you know? It's the way I see it. Power ripping. So we got Daly in 8th, Herta up to 9th. Lundgaard 7th. Lundgaard 7th. Ben, Will. Lundgaard is in 7th. How does he do that? I don't understand why Lundgaard is like crappy at like all the other ovals, but for some reason here, he's not bad. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Got Kirkwood in 10th. I don't know. How are we feeling about this, though, chat? How are we feeling about this race now? Let's look at this from a realistic standpoint. We know that this is a data-driven sport. We try to turn to the data when we can. We know that there are accidents that happen from time to time. IndyCar tends to keep it a little bit cleaner. I'm not sure when Lundgaard pitted. The only person I know that pitted late was Connor. So I'm not sure. I wish I had something at my fingertips where I didn't have to get too out of the box. But let's take a look. Do we have anything on here about pitting? Everybody's just done the one stop. Let me get us a refresh going on while we wait. Keep me posted on this race. I'm closing things down, reopening things. Let's take a gander. I'm going to take a gander right quick. Palou's race to lose. You kind of hate hearing that after a while. Nobody wants to hear that after a while. Palou's race to lose. It gets old. All right. For Santino Ferrucci doing what he's doing right now is probably the biggest surprise of the race weekend for me. I really thought Santino would be doing a hell of a lot better. Yep. Well, that's why we love IndyCar racing, right? We got a lot of race off pit road. I like race off pit road races. That's why I love Richmond and NASCAR. It's full of strategy. See, this is what racing is to me. For some people, it's just like Daytona, packed up, winding down. You don't know who's going to win to the end. Strategy is just fun for me to watch. I enjoy it. So we're closing gaps right now. Power in 5th. Lundgaard right behind him. Ferrucci in 17th, man. I don't know. Things can change, I guess. Trying to keep up with all this is always the challenge. That's what makes it fun, is trying to keep up with it. Because it's so fast. Strategy's great, but I'd like a bit more wheel-to-wheel. Yeah, I agree. I agree. You don't want to go F1. I mean, is it even possible to go F1 if you're on an oval? Is it possible, chat? I want to know, is it possible to go full F1 if you're racing on an oval? If anything, it just makes every IndyCar oval race like a Richmond NASCAR race to me. Owing me money, what tracks do you want to see in the future IndyCar schedule? No travel restrictions, past or present racetracks. Richmond is, whoa. Hold on, we'll come right back to it. Will Power almost lost it. Okay, it was showing how Rossi got placement. But, yeah, Power got really into the back of, is that Devlin? No, Rahal. That was Graham Rahal. Got into the back, got him really squirrely. Had to fight that one down. In chat, I want some of y'all to answer this question. I want to see what y'all think about it. Like, what tracks do we want to see it go back to? For me, Richmond is definitely one, but Mark Miles said that that's old thinking. I don't really understand what the problem with, like, going to a certain track is old thinking. I think old thinking is ways you are presenting your sport. I think that's the old thinking that maybe needs to go, not so much the tracks. Mexico would be cool to see. I think we're going to get that. Dover would be fucking electric. I love Dover. I got a rowdy bunch of guys up there in Dover we always go hang out with at the NASCAR races. Watkins Glen would be cool. I know a lot of people want to see that one. Nazareth. I just want to play Nazareth songs at Nazareth. Now you're messing with some bitch. Or was that Hair of the Dog? I can't remember. Yeah, Hair of the Dog by Nazareth. Great song. They're showing Santino Ferrucci chugging Miller Lite as Jacob Abel is ripping around the track in a Miller Lite car. That was a confusing one. There were some people talking about that. Michigan is definitely a track that we have to go back to, kind of getting back to the chat on the track topic. Michigan is one we definitely have to find a way. And I think just strengthening the relationship between NASCAR will help that. Richmond is one. I would love, they say Sebring's too bumpy, but I think that could be cool. They do some testing there for St. Pete. I think Sebring would be fun. Looking at some more of the ovals, New Hampshire, because so many of these big tracks are owned by, NASCAR and NASCAR affiliates. So, we don't need to add a shitload, but I definitely think Michigan needs to be number one. We need to have another big super speedway track to go with Indianapolis, because I feel like you always want to crown the Indy 500 as your main jam. Don't get me wrong. But you want to have something similar that these cars can get up to those kind of speeds at, especially when you're broadcasting fastest racing on earth. You want to bring those elements of danger to it. You want to bring those elements where the fans can kind of feel like, and drivers too, like everything's on edge, right? I did a poll a week ago talking about that. So I know that some people may have gotten a little triggered by that, but at the same time, it's not saying that I want people getting severely hurt and dying in cars, but there's an element of danger that created an appeal for racing. And so getting back to those kind of roots, letting these drivers kind of get into a position to where they can show, I'm wrestling this bear at these speeds. This is what I signed up for. There's a lot of guys that are still wanting that. So Michigan for sure, Richmond, New Hampshire. Sebring would be a cool road course race. I'd like to see that. I don't mind Watkins Glen. It's got a lot of history. Personally, I think that I don't know how people would feel about them going to Coda, but Austin's a fun town. If they don't go, but they're going to do the Arlington race, so I get that. That's how they're going to do Texas. I would love to see a two-race weekend where you had Texas Oval and then you had Arlington Street Race the following weekend. I think going big on Texas, making it kind of like if A.J. Foyt and his team got really big behind that, really just have a racing revival in Texas, you could get a lot of the Texas market doing an oval. And then, hey, come on over to Arlington, and we're going to run a street course race the following weekend. I think that would be sick. It'd be a lot of logistical pain, but it would be sick. Maluk is coming in pit. Yeah, William, I know, right? I love going to Coda. That's a great track. They got a great kart facility out there, too. You can go-karting. It's always fun. Call it US 500 Bad Juju. Yeah, don't do that. You have to come up with a new name. Just get a good title sponsor. Let's see. What about a street race in Washington, D.C.? The Freedom 150. I don't know. I've been to Washington, D.C. twice. I think, like, aesthetically it would be sick, but figuring out where you would lay that out at, I don't know. If you got ideas of where to lay it out at, I just don't know the area that well. But I would feel like you would have to do it down there, like, around all of the old historical buildings. So, like, we just have to look at maps. Maybe we can do that on a live stream one night. We'll just sit here and geek out on maps. We'll go to Google Maps and we'll just make street course races because it seems like they want to lean in heavy on the street course thing. And I don't think that's too much of a bad idea to, like, get a market built up. You see, like, NASCAR doing that a lot now. But at the same time, there's still so much that you want to preserve about IndyCar. You don't want to just turn it into this street series like you have, like, street trucks where they're, like, jumping and shit. Like, that's their show, right? They just go hit the streets. You don't want this to just be a street series. I would love to see, it just depends on the popularity, but, like, getting a street course race in Colorado would be great. Seeing a street course race, they're going to keep Portland, so that you really kind of throws Washington State or Seattle out the window. I think seeing a street course race in a state like, I don't know, like, you always could say New York, and doing something in, like, New York City would be cool. I just don't know if we'll ever really logistically get that. Trying to think of some other. Miami. Miami's a cool spot. We got St. Pete, though. Oh, they've got a problem. Malukas' team. The AJ Foyt team. A yellow's out. Will Power's off the track. He's going into the grass. What are we doing, Will? And you had Palou. Palou was in the pits. Oh, no, Will Power. What's going on, dude? What happened? All right, let's see what happened. Will Power's going up high on Kiffin. Just hit the wall. Hit the wall. Will Power hit the wall trying to go high on Kiffin. Damn, dude. That sucks. And that's another thing, too, about just this entire... Damn, and he slid after that. But it looked like... I don't know. Whoever hasn't pit wins. Yeah, Palou and especially rough for Dave. Yeah, I mean, Palou was in there too, though. Oh, just in time. Rules are rules. Rules are rules. Boy, you can always count on some random excitement, right? Palou made it in under the wire. Damn. That was fast, too, because, like, he was just coming out as the caution came. Whoever was on that button was just like, They didn't want to do it. They had to. I guess it worked out. A lot of affirmations in the Alex Palou pit camp. They're just waking up every morning. They're just saying affirmations in the mirror. They're getting it right. They're getting it built up. You got to have that. You got to have like a good, strong mental to make this work. We got, let's take a gander. I just want to say big shout out to Brian Kirkpatrick and to Blake for subscribing. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel here, make sure you do that. I do have plans on doing a lot more here on YouTube now that we're getting ready to go into the off season and a little less busy. Some things I'm going to get back into doing. So big shout out to everybody that is subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. Any support, I'll take it, and I appreciate it. Top 5 or Honda now. Good, yeah. Chevy has just had a time this year, man. I don't understand why it's so bad, but I don't know. Everybody was talking about how Honda was going to be like they were going to half-ass it. They didn't care, and then Honda showed up, kicked ass, and now it's Chevy's just trying to figure it out. It just meals good at Panera Bros. At Panera Bros. What? It just meals good at Panera Bros. Yeah. So looking at the live leaderboard here that we have. Yeah, there's Dixon, the Magic Man. He is the Magic Man, by the way. He just shows up randomly in places. We got CD down in 13th, Joseph Newgarden in 12th. At least we get us a nice, fun restart. Love a good restart. And before we do get to that restart, I'm going to quickly step away for a second to go and refill the water cup. BRB, fams.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms can keep coming back. Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. With rapid remission at 12 weeks, and fewer bowel movements and less abdominal pain at 4 weeks. Most patients achieve remission at 1 year, and some patients saw visible healing of the intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine.
And I realized that the water cup was here the whole time. I was already prepared. I didn't know. Always fun. Chevy not having a season they want Toyota or others looking at IndyCar to see. Very true. I want Toyota in IndyCar so bad because of the opportunities that it can create for the 500. Because you know Chris Bell wants to rip. We know Chris Bell wants to rip. We know I bet Hamlin would try to rip. I could see Hamlin trying to rip. Jimmy Johnson being a Toyota man now. He tried his hand at IndyCar. I think that would be cool to see. You can find some good Toyota crossover. Rod says, good to see Scotty Mack back to his normal best, second to Alex. It's just good to see Scotty Mack not wrecked out of a race. That's what I say. Because for so long, we've just seen Scotty Mack just have pain. Been a lot of Pinsky pain this year. I don't think anybody's happy about it anymore either. Like, I feel like most people now have gotten to this point where they realize, like, I don't think we can be mean to Pinsky anymore. Because, like, in the beginning of the season, everybody was just ripping on him, dude. They were just like, yeah, screw Pinsky. Da-da-da-ba-da-ba-da. And now it's just like you just feel bad for the guys, man. I don't know. If the new car does not use the engine as a stress chassis component, they might get more engine suppliers. True. I think more than anything, right now in the landscape that we're in, just in general, it's all hype based. We're gonna have to have something, and I mean that can definitely be it. But I think that when you look at what is going to make a manufacturer want to come to a racing series, you have to have something to offer, right? You got to have something to offer that can then help them or maybe give them something that they don't currently have. The innovation thing is the only thing that I see, and that's why I feel like you can find something with artificial intelligence implementation that these manufacturers could use, not just in their racing product, but in their consumer products or whatever else, like as far as their research and development for how to make cars better for the future. So they can find some kind of elements like that. I think that would help a ton. And I feel like that, like I was saying earlier in the stream, I feel like that is a window that they can use. AI implementation to aid drivers to make cars do things that they're not currently doing. I think that technology is something that you could offer to manufacturers. I don't know what y'all think about that. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm an idiot. But that's where my mind goes. New record, 103 laps without a Pinsky retirement. Huge. Huge. That's a successful day. No matter what happens, as Ben pointed out, no matter what happens, 103 laps without a Pinsky retirement. That is a successful day. That's a stat we're going to look back on when we think about the 2025 Pinsky Pain season, the Pinsky Pain Train season that we have. We should make meme shirts that just say Pinsky Pain. And it has like the crying Jordan or something. Monaco IndyCar will be a way bigger and heavier. Jimmy saying on Harvick's show the other day he quit racing Indy because he felt himself getting too serious again. Wish he didn't quit. He would have a win on oval and top 10 on road by now. That is news to me. I did not know that. I feel like you want to be serious. All right, we're on a restart. Palou already pulling away. Malukas just struggling. It's going to be interesting to see how this works out for him. Oh, God, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting tight. We're already getting tight. Rossi up top. Primocar and Lundgaard following right behind him in fifth. God, I love it when they're tight like this. Oh, we're looking good. We're getting dicey. McLaren boys. Palou in third. And Daly is back in eighth. Let's see how we start running this. I don't see a lot of high line. I don't see a ton of the high line movement as I would like to. Here we go. Here we go. Newgarden up to sixth. And now in fifth, overtaking Rossi. Getting a groove going now. Lap 121 of 250. We are getting a groove. Getting tight. Getting tight. Newgarden up another position now into P4 over Lundgaard. Dogging. Just dogging. Came back with a vengeance. He read Ben's message. He took it personally. He said, we're going to go 250 without a Pinsky retirement. All right, looking back some, though, we got Kirkwood in 11th, Dixon Zeri in 10th, DeFrancesco 14th. Crazy. All right, here we go. These are the big battles now. Now we got Newgarden kind of showing his normal form. And there he is, right up on Pato's ass, getting ready to make that pass, and there it is. Just like butter. It's like slicing butter. This is Joseph Newgarden. He is back. This is the Joseph Newgarden we've been waiting to see all year long. Man, it's good to see him come alive. Daly is doing okay. He's holding down P8. Herta's in 7th. But Newgarden just chopping through the field right now. Looks like he's got Louis Foster ahead of him. Trying to get it on the bottom. Is that Louis? I'm not sure. But, yeah, he's coming. He's coming with a vengeance. And Louis Foster is in front of him now. We'll see how that pans out. We're going to need a couple more of those kind of restarts. I can tell you that right now. Now Dixon dropping. Dude, he really is, Rod. He really is. Like, it's so good to see Joseph Newgarden back to form today. Like, just that little moment right there is something I feel like I haven't seen all year. That's huge. Dixon behind Rasmussen. Let's see what happens. Let's take some over-unders here. Do we think Rasmussen ends up wrecking or being involved in an accident, of whether it's on his own or with another driver in this race? Because he's chopping right now, and he's about to overtake Kirkwood. Does everyone just move out of the way for him now? Oh, we got Ben saying an Asmussen penalty for sure. He's chopping. He's tight. Who is he running right? So that's Kirkwood he's running by right now. He's trying his hardest to wreck now. He's just aggressive. He's an aggressive guy. Oh, twitching. Is this where he loses it? I don't know. He's barely holding on, I'll tell you that. Connor's in 8th. Got this movement happening now. I need more cameras. What I want to have more than anything is I want to have like 7 boxes where I can be watching like multiple onboards at once. I mean, I want to go full Buffalo Wild Wings bar screens with onboards. I want a production room of onboards. And I want to be able to do that at any moment so that I can know exactly what's happening with everybody at once. We need more storylines. Right now we're just following Rasmussen around the track, waiting to see if he's going to get this pass on Kirkwood. Kirkwood's not giving it to him. He's doing everything he can to move it. But at some point we're going to have to move the camera, Fox. We're going to have to go to something else. I don't really know. Looking now, he's going low. Up on the high. But the separation is just too deep now. Okay. And we're spreading out now. So now, that's the one thing about it. When we start spreading out, it's too much. And we're still following Rasmussen. Do we have any more? It's like we're just waiting to see if he just wrecks at this point. I don't know why we're still following him around. All right, here we go. Now we're with Herta. We're with Herta now. Let's see what's happening here. It's almost like they heard us talking. Can't run the low line. Only high. He just stays high. Christian just stays high.
Plus 17 on the day. That's a great drive. And he had to start right from the back of the grid, 24th after this issue in qualifying. His first flying lap.
All right.
Turns 1 and 2.
So now we've got Colton Hurt in. They've gotten spread out. They definitely have William. And I'll say this. Okay, I thought got a little trick right there. I thought that was live, Colton spinning. That was just qualifying. But, yeah, that's the one thing about it. You know, that's IndyCar racing. You get spread out like this, and now we're just kind of watching. So there hasn't been as much drama, hasn't been as much action, but we're getting there.
Up to that point, the weekend, final practice, leaned on his teammates a little bit, and they clearly got the setup in a place where Colton is happy.
Did any of us see VK sticking around in the top 10? I got to be honest. I got to ask the question. Anybody in the chat that's here, did we see VK doing what he did? And does it kind of pain you slightly that Alex Palou is still at this point where it's just like I completely forgot he was leading the race. And I feel like we get there. It's just the price that we paid to watch greatness happen, I guess. I don't know. But at some point, let's look at our lap down cars. Well, okay, we're updating times now. Let's see who we've gotten. Times are all updating in. Whoa, 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 whoa! We just had a wreck. Prima, is that Callum or is that Schwartzman? All right, let's turn off the Toyota Gazoo commercial. We got smoke coming out of a Prima car. Ilot's engine let the smoke out. Yes, it did. That was Callum Ilot. Okay, so we've got Ilot. Ilot out. Ilot looks to be out. No caution, though. Was able to get off the track. And Palou just still ripping and shredding, making this lead insane. Really going after that 10-win season.
You don't just want a cold one. You want
New Pope.
the cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light.
It's me. Wednesday Adams. My meal of misfortune is now Wednesday.
Prima also having funding issues, it sounds. Well, I mean, I would agree, Blake, because I have not seen one other logo on that car all year. They have struggled. They have struggled to bring in sponsors. And I don't know if it's for lack of trying. We got a yellow? All right, we got us a yellow. We got a yellow! That's what we wanted. That's what we needed this entire time. We were just waiting on the yellow. We're going to need some yellows to have some fun at this track, let's be honest. If there is a race that we want to see some yellow, it's an oval with Indy cars on it. And it's the truth. Maybe I'm in a boat of my own, but I want to see them. No sponsors, no charters, no leader circle. Seems like a money pit so far. Definitely that. But, I mean, hey, you can't blame them for trying. And, I mean, the most credible thing that they've done this year, like we've had some great finishes from Ilot over the last couple of weeks. The road courses are gone, though. Schwartzman's pole at Indy was so short-lived. But even though he made history, I think that a lot of people had hope that maybe Schwartzman was going to be able to figure out something on the ovals, but it just didn't pan out for him. I don't know. But hopefully they can find a way to stick around for at least another year or so, get something going. I feel like there's a lot coming with this new car. Find a way to stick around to the new car, get it going. My guess, Dreyer and Reinbold buy Primus equipment, wait for coin to sell a charter. That's not a bad rumor mill spin. Marshall Pruitt says they are at a crossroads at the moment. $40 million investment to get in the series this year. All right, we got Palou coming in. McLaughlin's coming in. Yep, Stymie, this has to be where Connor gets that jump. I would say at this, where we are at this point, Newgarden's in, and now Newgarden's out. All right. So it's Palou, McLaughlin, Newgarden coming out of the pit. And we got our droppers coming in. Armstrong up. We'll look at this lineup once this is out of the way. Catching up on some of the chat. But yeah, the $40 million investment, man. I feel like when you go in on a race team, that it needs to at least be like, you should at least have like a 3 to 5 year plan. You should have funding set for that. You got it, because these things take time. A brand new race team takes time. You don't want to come into that thing underfunded whatsoever. So if I had to say, it's like I think that realistically they're going to find a way to stick it out. They have to, right? Like, you don't just make that kind of commitment just for a one and done. At least a 3-year. At least a 3-year try. If we didn't have the charter system, I almost guarantee that the Primas would have sponsors. The charters made things very difficult for businesses wanting to get into IndyCar financially. Thirsty Three's having a solid race for once. Yeah, Pinsky having a solid race for once. The charter system, I would say, is it's definitely, I don't know if that's going to make it to where it's impossible by any means. But it's up to the teams to get creative to make sure that the sponsors know there's a lot more than just the charter. The only way this works, I feel like, especially trying to get more brand appeal, is by having notable brands that people know more than a driver, right? Especially with the IndyCar world, there are some drivers that just don't have the popularity. You need a big brand to kind of come in to help beef that up. But yeah, like Ben said, I don't think charters are the reason. I think, if anything, it's cool to see them kind of adapting in a way and bringing a little bit of security in for some of those team owners, because now with this new TV deal, you got to think Fox is in a 5-year TV deal. They need some kind of security. They need something. Can I blink twice if I know Connor is secure for a full ride next season? I'm going to be blinking throughout. You can take that how you want. But to be completely honest, and I promise you, I do not know Connor. I don't even know if Connor knows. And if Connor did know, I don't know if he would even tell. Connor doesn't even tell his closest friends things. Connor knows the game. Connor won't even tell me who his sponsor is for Nashville. So I'll blink a lot. You can take it for what you want. I'm still trying to figure out who the sponsor is for Nashville. I think he's scared I'll leak it. I don't know. I tell him all the time, I won't leak. I'm a good secret keeper. People don't like to talk about it. It's a little more, like a lot of my friends that drive NASCAR, they're a little more open with things. There's a lot of secrecy in the IndyCar world. I don't know. Maybe I have to look at changing some things like that, because I think having a little bit of rumor mill is a good thing. Sweepers are out. Lane 3 available on restart. We like to hear that. And Super Zero, I worded it poorly, but I mean it makes it difficult for new teams to get sponsors since they don't have the guarantee of charge. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's the game now though. Prima really wants to make this work. Like they got to have connections, but I think a lot of it goes into that initiative of trying to not make the field so stacked too, because it seems like everybody's been very vocal that they don't want more cars, and like Zach Brown said in an interview that I watched, they don't think they need more cars in the field. I think a lot of us would love to see more cars, but at the same time, like you want to have that quality element. And I get where they're coming from on that, but I don't know. I just haven't put enough thought into that side of it yet, and I haven't weighed out enough options to really have a strong opinion on it. Ben comes back, says, "Gotcha." That was true for every team before charters. It was. But as we get back, we got a good build-up going right now, waiting to get back. Look at that single file line. Does single file gross you out? Valid question. I don't really like single file. But here we go. Dicey times. Here we go. Dicey times. The boys are spreading out. Palou already back up front. Oh, just he getting swamped now. Armstrong just getting swamped. ECR boys cutting a rug. Rossi up there. O'Ward. Newgarden. It's dicey. Dude, holy shit. All right, there goes Connor on the low going around Kirkwood. Connor up to 7th now. Kirkwood trying to go. He ain't going to get the run on him. Daly already up 3 spots, as Ben said here. I don't know if I want less, Ben. I may disagree with old Zach Brown on that one. He may have had a little bit of chicken fried. Too much of it. I don't know. Definitely don't want to see less cars. Yes, he is. Yeah, I think that was just the gamble that they took at Meyer Shank with Armstrong, but hey, they tried, I guess. He's down bad now. He's down real bad. Here we go. All right, 17th Armstrong. So yeah, they're still kind of chopping around the back a little bit. Hopefully we can get that camera back up to the front. Yeah, just not a good call whatsoever, like Hinch is saying. I don't know why they did that. I guess they were just trying to cause chaos. Maybe they were asleep, just completely asleep. Maybe they're banking on another caution. I don't even know how you justify it at this point. Very hard to justify. One thing really still hard to justify for me is Santino Ferrucci being so far back. Like, that car just shit the bed, dude. I don't get it. Armstrong did get screwed, Blake. I will say that. And here we go. Rasmussen. Right over the top of Kirkwood. Kirkwood, people were talking a lot about Kirkwood this week at this track, but you got to remember Kirkwood kind of fell into that win at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Does it mean that, I'm not trying to take credit away from the guy, but I mean, he kind of fell into the win. I think for a while we all thought Fro was going to win that race. But here we go. Now we've got Christian Rasmussen in 8th, Connor Daly in 7th. This is the battle we've been waiting to watch. I agree, Ben. Definitely want better cars. Okay, here goes. Oh. Connor trying to get up on Herta. And that did not work out. It was a little bit of wheel bump there between Connor and Herta. And there we go. Rasmussen coming up on Connor. What will come down? What will happen here? Yeah, super. I agree. It just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the time and energy maybe went a little bit more into Little Dave without having any understanding of what's happening at the AJ Foyt garage, just purely from an outsider's perspective. Seems like there's just a lot more energy pumped into Dave Malukas over at AJ Foyt this year than Santino. All right, here we go. Rasmussen trying to come up on Connor Daly in P7. I don't think the cameras are going to leave this for a while because this is where the storyline is. So Rasmussen just kind of giving that gap, giving that distance. They did have a conversation. We talked about it on Speed Street. He said he doesn't really know if it changed anything, but they did meet at a Java house, and they had a conversation. Let's see now as Rasmussen comes up on Connor how this plays out, because you know Rasmussen's probably salty, and he's going to try to want to see if he can do it. That's just what racers do. Racers race. Yeah, you know, I can't disagree with you guys on the Malukas front. But this is what we're waiting for. Here we go. Rasmussen trying to make a move now. Had to check himself on the wheel. Coming out of that turn, and here he goes, getting low on Connor. Let's see how he plays it out. It's getting tight now. This is the battle we've been waiting for. Rasmussen getting wiggly and squirrely. Connor is not going to lift. Connor is not going to let up. I'm telling y'all now, this is where the magic is made. This is the battle. This is what we are here for. This is what we are watching. We can't worry about Palou leading the race anymore. The spice, as Blake says, it's getting spicy. The spice is now. This is the spice of this race, and we are locked in as Christian Rasmussen is Rasmussen, whatever, neck man, as I like to call him. I'm going to call him neck boy because he has somebody that works his neck out before the races. Like he's got like a masseuse. Let's see if he got all the tension out before the beginning of this race. Just getting wide on that turn, man. This is good TV. I agree. Listening to his spotter, listening to the radio. He is just, Rasmussen's getting a little impatient, and you can tell because he's having to check himself on these turns. Psycho. Psycho! Christian Rasmussen, the clown from Twisted Metal. That's him. He's the clown from Twisted Metal. I loved Twisted Metal as a child. One of the greatest PlayStation 2 games of all time. I don't know how old you are or where you're from, but if you didn't grow up playing Twisted Metal on PS1 and PS2, tough times. Rasmussen is literally just letting it all hang out right now. He's almost lost a car like 3 times. He's getting impatient and he's dropping. This is maturity levels showing. This is what we call maturity levels. Marbles are going to make it difficult for these Highline racers. Yes, they are. But Rasmussen seems to not care. You hear James. He's got to be thinking a little longer term than it seems he is right now. The optics are showing. The impatience is showing. The maturity levels are showing. This story may write itself. He is on edge. He is edgelording hard. For those in the chat that are familiar with these terms, kind of an edgelord right now. Christian Rasmussen. And the cameras just stay on him. That is the show. It's just what will Christian Rasmussen is slowly becoming the Howard Stern of IndyCar. What will he do next? That's what we're trying to figure out. We're keeping this man's name in our mouth so much, but I mean he keeps us guessing. He keeps us on our toes. Twisted Metal, dude. What will he do? I don't know. Is there anybody in the chat that played Twisted Metal? I hear there's a TV show for it now, and I'm thinking about watching it. It looks kind of corny, though. It does look corny. There we go. The sound of happy at DQ. Chicken strips in a box. That shit looked good, honestly. I'm kind of getting hungry. I don't know what I'm going to eat today. I don't even know what my wife's cooking. I'm about to text my wife. This is the segment where you text your spouse, your significant other, and you ask them what's for dinner, and we're gonna find out here shortly. Hey, what's for dinner? 30 laps into the stint, and he is abusing the tires. He's like Kyle Larsoning with tires right now. If you're a NASCAR fan, you know Kyle Larson he just puts it all on them tires. I'm not gonna say that Rasmussen is like Kyle Larson, but he can dog some tires like him. We know that. PS1 was a good time. Yes, Matt. Yes, it was. 2 was the best one in my opinion. I don't disagree with that, Ed. Twisted Metal 2 was good. Is there a prop bet for 21 Crash? There should be. I think there should be way more props for IndyCar. Like, look, I love to gamble. Don't get me wrong. We do need a better gambling market for IndyCar. And we're doing everything we can to figure that out. Right now, GridRival is where all the action's at, though. I love prop betting on GridRival. You're not really betting. You're doing prop DFS lineups. It's a skill game. It's for skills. If you got skills, you're on the grid. PS2 was great. I want to buy. I want to buy a PS2 so I can play NASCAR Thunder 2002. I want to stream that. Might stream that. I don't know. Some top 5s for IndyCar would be cool. Very true. That's what's for dinner. Top 5s for IndyCar. The TV show is kind of sloppy, but if you like being a couch potato and not care about show quality, yeah, that's not me. So I may have to skip out on that one. All right, we have figured out what's for dinner. We are having roast in a crock pot tonight. I am very happy. I love roast in a crock pot. It's really good. I don't know if you guys are big fans of roast, but a good roast in a crock pot, at least my wife does it really well. I don't know. I would love to gamble on some random stuff like, does a tire fall off or does a pit stop take longer than 15 seconds? Hell yes, Owen. Hell yes. Once again, I forgot Alex Palou was winning the race because he's won a lot of them. It's kind of a common thing. Need more action. But yes, those kind of prop bets would be incredible, Owen. So we just got to find a good book that'll do it. Oh, also, news update. Corn and potatoes on the side. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm really fucking hungry. Yes, on the roast. Pass the horseradish sauce, please. I need to try that. The closest thing I ever eat to horseradish sauce is Arby's horsey sauce. It stings the nostrils. Taters and carrots. I do love taters and carrots. We got taters, no carrots, but corn. If anything, if we get mashed potatoes, you make like a KFC roast bowl with some cheese on top of. How many of you are getting up to go to your refrigerator right now? Props to whoever parked their Viper in the infield. I didn't see it. Where's the Viper in the infield? I've been so glued on like what's happening on the track, I didn't even realize they actually have a decent infield here. This facility, by the way, is fucking incredible. Like the whole fairground facility around the track is so cool. And I'm so pissed. Like, I'm glad I'm here streaming this race because I'm going to be in Nashville next week. But I don't know. I'm really not so mad that I missed this race now, I guess, because, like, Palou is just running away with it. St. Elmo's hot shrimp. That sounds like I need it now. St. Elmo's hot shrimp? I just moved from Louisiana to North Carolina, and if there's one thing I can say, my God, I miss the food. There's nowhere else on the planet like New Orleans when it comes to food, and I'm having a really hard time. Because, like, my wife cooks great food, like New Orleans food, but I'm having a really hard time. Like if I wanted to just go out and get a nice hot bowl of gumbo, I can't do that anymore. If I want to just go pig out on snow crab legs and get me a bucket of crawfish, I can't do that anymore. It's not as easy. And the people up here, even if they do have seafood, it's not the same. I'm a big raw oysters guy too. I want shrimp now. Like, the closest thing I have is shrimp cocktail. I'm getting lightheaded from hunger. I have a cracker. I'm going to eat a cracker. I needed some nourishment for this race. I needed some nourishment to get me back going. Just a race that I thought was not going to be anything standard is pretty standard. Pretty laid back race today, honestly. Rossi with another undercut. They're sticking to the plan, dude. They are on the plan. Here we go. Undercut. Chopped it. Wilmington, our new burn. Okay, Wilmington, North Carolina, our new burn. I'm writing that down. Because I'm telling you, I will drive 3 hours just for some good seafood. I will do it. Here we go. Okay, was that Pato? Both. All right, we got pit cycles. You're not going to the right places. Then gumbo, you may be right, but you can't. But you can find good oysters and crawfish in just about any city. That's crazy, Owen. All right, so, like, in the North Carolina area, in North Carolina, I can. Please tell me where, and I'm going to definitely investigate. Scott Dixon, decent pit stop. Let's see how this shakes out. This is our shake-up time. We're approaching only 50 laps to go. Connor's happy. Coming out of the pits. Good stop. So let's see how it plays out for him. Strategy is here, Cotton. All right. Malukas back. 8 seconds. 8 seconds for Connor. I didn't get to check time. Oh, yep. I see it now. It's on the screen. Malukas 7-1, Award 7. Man, that's tough. See, there's just so much to it, y'all. Like, there's so much to this. Eight seconds for Kirkwood. So those are the only two back. Kirkwood and Daly with 8-second stops. I'm sure in Charlotte you can by the beach for sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to check out the Wilmington and New Burns that was mentioned by Ed. All right, there's Palou's stop at a 7 flat. 8-second stop seems to be on the better side for Connor and the 76 crew, just not great compared to other teams. Definitely agreeable. You know, you work with what you got, right? You got to work with what you got. Okay. Marcus Ericsson between Scotty Mack and Alex Palou. Can we see somebody other than Alex Palou win? I think that's where we need to be at now. We need to be at that's where our heads need to be at now. Can we see someone other than Alex Palou win today? Daly P12 right behind Herta. Yeah, him and Herta have just been hanging out kind of this entire race. We definitely need more caution. We need some more restarts for Connor to be able to get that grip where it needs to be, man. I hate it with the team. Like I said, you work with what you got. You do all you can. You just got to stay focused on that, and you can't focus on what's not reality right now. I think the amount of finishes that you can get, if we could just see a top 5 today, I would be super satisfied. I don't think anyone else will get P1 unless something ridiculous happens to Palou. And you're probably not wrong. And that's the reality. And it's a tough reality. It's a tough world to be in. But it's Alex Palou's world, and we're just living in it. Is that Rasmussen? He kept playing with the marbles. Rasmussen's attention span kind of short. Definitely wants to play with marbles. As great as it looks, I wish more drivers had liveries like Abel has brought to the table. Yeah. I think it's all about who you know right now. And I think that now that this Fox deal is in place, do not think for a second that that's not going to be a big selling point for a lot of companies. You're going to see more bigger brands coming in. They just need more exposure. And now they've got it. So, more people tuning into these races, watching. Oh! Rosenquist and Lundgaard. It was a little pop on the wing. Oh, look at Joseph getting aggressive as shit. Holy hell. Up on Kiffin. He's getting real mad. 21 doing 21 things. That's what I figured you were probably giggling about, Stymie, because I saw him. He likes to play with marbles. Give him a sack of marbles. Should I buy a sack of marbles and bring it to Nashville and just get someone to videotape me giving that to Christian Rasmussen? Just hand it to him. He's like, I got you these. Do you think he would try to punch me? Because I would totally. I'm that guy where, like, I will straight up walk up to people, like, because in my mind, like, hey, this is just all in good fun, you know? But I'm the guy that will do stuff like that and just be like, if you can't laugh, because, like, I laugh at myself all the time. Like, if you can't laugh at yourself, like, I have a lot of fun with people that can't laugh at themselves. I'll put it that way. So, I don't know. Should I give him a sack of marbles? Don't forget, we have the IndyCar Mustache Champion Trophy. I will be giving out the Mustache Championship Trophy, IndyCar Mustache Champion of the Year, in Nashville. Probably going to be Louis Foster win that. He's really ran away with it. There was a moment where I didn't think he was going to win. When Dario, and I talked to Dario about it, I told Dario I was kind of upset with him. But Louis, being the great man that he is, the great young lad that he is, he grew that thing back out so fast, and he hit me up and he told me, he said, it's coming back. Don't trip. Don't worry. He wants this trophy. There is a trophy, and it will be given to him. So be on the lookout on my social media to see who wins it, because there are some crew guys that are in this thing as well. So when I get to Nashville, it just depends on whose is the strongest and who's consistently been strong. But Louis Foster's got a pretty good lead. He probably will get the trophy in Nashville. no punch, he's very unbothered. He does have Gen Z stare hard. Just give Connor a box of Pogs to balance it out. Would be quality shit post if you hand him some marbles. I love shit posting. It's fun. Glad I kept Palou on my fantasy list this week and nearly got rid of him to free up budget for other drivers. Yeah. We talked about, oh, we got the caution. We got a yellow. Yellow. What for? For rain? Rain? Oh, shit. Looked like somebody just threw a water bottle. So the skies are so blue. I understand the financials of it, but I wish deliveries were more consistent from week to week. If I randomly tune in and pick a driver, I want to be able to find that. I agree, Scotty. I call them paint schemes. The word livery just makes you think about livers, like chicken livers and stuff. I used to eat a lot of that where I was from in the South. I mean, I could probably still find them here. I do love a good chicken livers. They are tasty from time to time. But that's all I think about when I see the word livery is chicken livers. And now you guys here know that about me. But I fully agree. Like that Miller Lite scheme, that needs to be a year-long thing. And then you can learn. Then people can attach onto the driver based on the brand. Because everywhere I know from the past, like everyone that I've ever known in my life, like they're people from the town that I was in, Louisiana. Like I was from like a small town north of New Orleans that was really big into NASCAR. They used to have NASCAR on at the bars and stuff, and it was the only place in Louisiana that really cared about racing like that. A lot of my dad's friends and stuff, they would be like fans of Rusty Wallace, or they were fans of Brad Keselowski, not because of Brad, not because of Rusty, but because they drank Miller Lite. And that right there is such a big element that people don't think about anymore for some reason. You need the everyday people that just like a brand and they want to root for their brands that they like in their life, the everyday products that they use. You're going to know that driver from that brand, like Denny and FedEx. FedEx is gone now. If you use FedEx or you work for FedEx, Denny was your dude, you know. And then before that, like what was it? Terry Labonte ran that car briefly. You know, but for the most part, it's Denny Hamlin. You think FedEx, you think Denny Hamlin. You think about M&M's, you think Kyle Busch. You think about Miller Lite, you thought about Bobby Rahal. You know, it's just one of those things. I think about Jim Beam. I think about Dan Weldon. You know, that's just that is something that so has to return. Totally agree, Scotty. Let's be honest, yellow to sweep the track. Just send it. Maybe Power tells the tower. Oh, Williams a rapper. Maybe Power tells the tower. I like that. And I also wish the teams were more consistent, like McLaren has done. I don't want it to be too much like Formula One, though, because then it's just all about, like, who's your team, right? And it kind of takes I feel like more people talk about a team in F1 than they do a driver, except for, like, Max Verstappen. So I don't ever want it to go too much in the team direction like F1 is. Listening to Buxton. They're not pitting. Wow. Palou, Newgarden, none of them pitting. Catching up. Driver brand relationship was huge in building NASCAR and popularity it has now. Absolutely. And that sentiment's the same for any racing series in my mind. Currently sitting 505 points on GridRival for this race. Not bad. Not bad. Can't hate that. We're a few years away from sponsors competing in teams mandating full-year deals again. I would agree with that. Cars are not looking consistent week to week is a big loss. My best GridRival lineup has 824 points. William dogging them. Dog walking them. Time for Pato to make a move, quietly hanging around P5 all day. He has been. He's been quiet weeks now, it seems like, especially after the engine failure. I could see Santino in a White Claw Chevy. Hell yeah. I could see that. I could see him like with like Everlast fight gloves, boxing glove sponsorship, because a lot of boxers watch IndyCar, you know. I don't know. That's a fun project. Pair a driver based on their personality to which brand would be the best for them. And then we can just use AI to make those paint schemes. That sounds fun. It's a great way to pass the time. There's nothing better than seeing a giant-ass truck on a track and these cars just ripping around because then you can take screenshots and be like, the race is heating up. And if someone's not watching it, they're like, why is there a truck there? The truck's in this race? What? I fucked with one of my football friends like that doesn't watch racing at all. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. He's like, why is there truck racing in there with those cars? I was like, and we're not friends anymore. So he didn't know any better. Why do we as fans know or have met that owns a company big enough to sponsor Connor all season long? I mean, you can know everybody in the world. It's a money thing, you know. We need to get him sponsored for next year. Yeah, I mean, don't think they ain't working on it. I'll put it that way. I mean, I know for a fact he's got a great team. The people that are working for Connor, and Connor himself, and all of us that actually have a place, and that's the beauty of it. We can all help, right? I know a lot of people reach out to him on a daily basis trying to help. You know, it's just making little moves. Like he did with, like, the Depend thing. Like, he just voluntarily told everybody he pissed himself in a car. Depend just comes reaching out. It's those little moments that create things like that. So, you know, it's just having the patience, holding on for the hope and the faith, not ever letting go of that is what makes those things happen. Unless Pato has been in fuel save for most of this race, I don't think he has the pace to move up just enough to keep position. Anything's possible, I guess, but it definitely is a tough line to figure out. I don't know. We're gonna find out here very soon, guys. We are winding down to the last little minutes, and boy, is it exciting! 32 laps to go. Will we see another yellow? Getting the restarts this low in could be a sign. No telling. Just now catching up on social media. I haven't been on social media at all. Thank you guys so much for all of you that have been here throughout the duration of the stream, just for being here. It means a ton. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check me out on social at Garage Guy Chase. Keep up with me. I like to talk to just about everybody that I can. Didn't see CD get around Herta. Yeah, he's still back there. He did. Yeah, he's in 11th now. All right, well, look. This is where it all comes down to, guys. 4-lap cars between P1 and P4. Hold on. This is where it's going to get dicey. It's going to get shaky. These are the kind of situations where Connor capitalizes. So this is it. And CD knows it too. He knows. Connor knows right now, like, he knows this is it. This is his opportunity. He's going to treat it as such. Fingers crossed for the dog. Let's see what happens. Got to make some big moves here. 29 to go in Milwaukee. Will Palou make this number 9 on the season? Will we see CD get on podium? Can Pinsky finish a race on an oval? Alexander Rossi, P5. Lundgaard, P6. Rasmussen up to 7th. Dixon 8th. Malukas 9th. Malukas fumbling the bag and finding his way back. Green flag. Here we go. 29 to go. Palou just the jump of a lifetime. Oh, hey, we got a little dring, dring. Thank you. Oh. I'm just glued right now. Holy shit. Oh, I saw Connor up top. Holy hell. Connor back to 13th now. How are we going to fight? How are we going to dog? Because you never know. You never know if you're going to get another opportunity with the caution. I don't know. They've been very clean this race. All right, and then the Rasmussen bets hit. The aggression is on. The aggression is on. Pato Dyson up into 5th. Look at him trying to get around Rossi there. Good battle with Rossi right now. Absolutely die on hills for Connor, but even though in my heart he needs to get results. And they look, we got to hold on for hope, baby. Race ain't over yet. To her to have a bad stop. Teams, you know. We have got teammate battling with ECR right now. Rasmussen he just doesn't have fear. He does not fear anything. And that's dangerous, but when you risk it like that and you put so close to the wall. The balls on that kid, man. Dangerous balls. But just like art chopping, dude. I don't even know how to explain it. Oh, my God. Will Powell. No, Newgarden. Newgarden. Something broken on the car? What? They said something broke? Oh, yeah. I definitely saw that, but they was thinking something broke on, but he's dropping now. He's trying to fight. No, he's holding up. He's holding up. But it's just that little bit. It's all it takes. And you're fucked. Look at Rasmussen, man. What in the hell? Into P3. Up on... Wow, man. Wow. Insane, dude. This kid is nuts. I love it on the broadcast. They say, this dude's like, whatever, dude. Like, I get it. I do. But at the same time, what this son of a bitch is doing is insane. This is some exciting racing. He's exciting to watch. It's wild. He doesn't give a shit. He's dicey. But if that dude gets maturity, and he gets a little bit of maturity in there, and a little bit of just like not being so, letting it all out on the wall, this kid is wild, man. He does not give a fuck, dude. Yeah, I mean, well, of course we're all talking mad reckless about him, about what happened with him and Connor. Of course. Just because I think he races good doesn't mean that I like his character. But I got to give credit where credit's due. Like, what he's doing on the track right now is so fucking nuts. It's just like, it's fun to watch. And, I mean, we saw him do this at Worldwide Technology Raceway. We did see him do that. We know he's capable of it. It's just, how is he going to tighten up his craft? And if he tightens up his craft, man, like, this dude's going to be a dog. If he can tighten up, he is reckless, but if he tightens it up, he's look at what he's done. You can't discredit that. You may not like him. I know personally, I don't like the dude for what he did with Connor. He doesn't give a shit. He's selfish. It's going to get him in trouble. But he's literally making a pass on Alex Palou right now. He just literally passed Alex Palou. He literally just passed Alex Palou. And that right there, Stymie with the chat of the day. Proof we know he's capable of racing clean and chose not to in Portland. Pin it. Pin it. 14 to go, and Christian Rasmussen now in position to win this race. Alex Palou is still there. This race is not over. But you cannot discredit what the hell we just saw from Christian Rasmussen at this track. He is in my GridRival lineup. I may not like him, but when I make GridRival lineups, I play to win. And I can't ignore skill when I see it. I can't ignore guts and balls, and I know the risk that I take every time I play him. He might wreck into the wall and destroy everybody's day, or he might do some shit like this. And here he is. Psycho. Psycho. No, there is no, like Ben, I love you, dude. I'm sorry, but you can't call this dude Asmussen. Psycho. Psycho. It works both ways. It's a stretch now. Yeah. Psycho is the nickname, dude. He's got to lean into that. Speaking from I want to see IndyCar succeed as a whole from that place, not as like a friend of Connor. I'm not speaking as a friend of Connor right now. Speaking from a man that wants to see IndyCar succeed as a whole and know that every driver has their own fan bases. Lean in on Psycho. Twisted Metal. I'm putting Christian Rasmussen's face on the Twisted Metal clown, and I'm posting it. I'm making a meme about it. Christian Rasmussen is the Twisted Metal clown, and we're calling him Psycho. Could. Very much could, Stymie. And he's going to give us that show all the way down to the end. This is what I meant. Before he did that shit to Connor, this is what I meant when I called him Psycho. Because the dude puts his balls on the front of the car and just goes. It's dangerous. But it's fun to watch. Demon hours. Ryan came in hot, dude. Ryan came in off the boat. The Psycho's ripping, dude. Psycho is ripping. God, Scotty, I'm going to be real with y'all. We have to have Christian Rasmussen on this week. I don't make those calls, and I'm letting everybody know now, I don't make those calls. But if he wins, what he's done here today, they may not like each other, but man, I agree. I'm just putting it out there. Connor and them may not like each other, but I agree. I would like they get duke it out on the show. That'd be fun. I would enjoy watching that. Ryan said holding 50 to 1 on the Demon, dude. Now we can all be excited for Ryan because he put his balls on the table and bet 51. Ryan's just as psycho as Christian Rasmussen. Speed Street is going to be a movie. All right. If y'all follow me on X, I'm literally about to make this meme. You may not like him, but you gotta give this dude credit for putting his balls on the dash, dude. Connor gave him respect in the pre-race. That's good to hear, Colts. Look, these guys are going to have drama. They all want to win. This is the way I see it. This is real raw thoughts. Everyone's going to have drama. Everyone on this track wants to win. They don't want to see other people win. You got to give credit where credit's due at times. And that's just how I play the game. This kid is fucking wild to watch, dude. Oh, my God, dude. Wow. I'm going to be real with y'all, man. I just did not see it coming. 2 to go. Christian Rasmussen putting Ed Carpenter Racing for a win. There's Palou in second, McLaughlin in third. Unreal. Unreal.
Coming into this weekend, there was a feeling that we could have a first-time winner. And it's going to be one of the most electrifying drivers that we have in the NTT INDYCAR Series. He's a USF 2000 champion. He's an Indy Pro 2000 champion.
Wow. First win. Balls on the table. Psycho gets it done in Milwaukee. Insane. Incredible. Incredible. Can't even be mad. Can't be mad. That was a hell of a last 29 laps, right? Was that not a banger of a finish? Regardless that it's him. Was it not a banger of a finish? This is IndyCar. You don't know what the hell's going to happen. This is why we love this shit. Look at him. Giving us a burnout. Kid low-key redeeming himself. Yeah, and see, that's it, dude. The dude straight up. He earned it. All right, I got the Twisted Metal meme made.
Watched your driver do donuts on the front stretch. What are the emotions right now?
Knew this was coming for Christian. I mean, he's the best there is right now in short.
Ed talking about him.
So really, that late yellow played to
Whatever CD told him at Yahoo House is history now. Dude, Ryan, that's such a huge win. Everybody in the chat, my God. Ryan in the chat hit 50 to 1 on Christian Rasmussen to win this race today. If you're not happy about Christian Rasmussen winning, be happy for Ryan. Can we get some congrats Ryans in the chat? Can we get some SIGs in chat for Ryan? Can we rip SIGs? It's a big thing I used to do on Race Cards Live. We get some SIGs in chat. You get a little cigarette emoji. SIGs in chat for Ryan. Hitting 50 to 1. Christian Rasmussen wins this race. Speed Street should be electric this week. Guys, I want to thank Ben got the SIG in the chat. My God, I cannot wait to see this show. Yes, Sigs on next GridRival show. Everybody that's tuned in here, make sure that you tune in over on GridRival YouTube next week for the finale. I will be in Nashville. Wow. What a race. This is IndyCar. I'll be in Nashville next week. Make sure that you watch the GridRival live show as we get our lineups ready for Nashville. What a day. What a time. Thank y'all so much for joining in. Make sure you like this, subscribe to my YouTube channel here. We've got a lot more coming up now the off season's here. And I'm going to go eat roast. Love that, Ryan. Fucking proud of you, dude. Go celebrate. Everybody that joined, thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate it. We got one more to go. And this has been fun. It's been good to get back on the live stream. So thanks again, William. I appreciate that. Thanks for everybody in the chat that joined in. You guys have an awesome time. I'm out. Much love.